Oh, why hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, back at it again with free to play, what was it, with bank standing and all. Oh yeah, may I remind you, well, this is enjoying the free to play splendor and all with, these spam bots and that. I said, let's do a little count, see how many we can get. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. I said there was another fifth one, but it is getting just a bit much. Would you agree? Yeah, just god damn. But there is a particular reason why. I said most of the reason is really just to commentate more on you because I'm still lagging behind that quite a bit. And by God, well, yeah, there's your fifth one there. Just it's moved about. But yeah, so indeed. Am I now finally going to do it? Not this one, because it's members. There's the other ones. Oh, not that one either. Yeah, there's actually 4, but only one of these is, freely. You can only tell it by the whole grey thing, but yeah, am I going to be fucking ballsy and let myself get immediately killed? No! Oh, never mind. Yeah, actually there is such a thing as safe zones and that, yes. Indeed, as it turns out, yeah, PvP wars aren't quite that cruel as like you get killed absolutely everywhere. And that, no, on the contrary, and that, yeah, it's actually, you got perfect functional ground exchange and the banks, also new, I said, well, show my bank off. Nah, not really necessary. And that, absolutely not necessary at all. Yeah, 0 point. And that, but what we'll say is this. Actually, yes, there is a point, never mind. And that, oh boy, I'll have the double sense of that. Oh dear. But, oh well. Yeah, I gotta protect my bank and all, why do I? Also, yeah, that's not in the right section, but, oh well. Yeah, I was actually curious enough, I've got items in that, because, as I say, that the latest addition to my bank, as you may have noticed, is Members Object. Actually, no, it's the Natus Not Face Guard. And yes, actually it turns out to be not a major improvement, like, at least as far as terms of attack bonuses, there's fuck all to include, but it is somewhere between a slight and a moderate defense bonus, and the prayer's melee strength's not too bad either. They all get a slight boost as well, so yeah, it's like, it's not too bad. Gotta say that much. Not too bad. Obviously you're probably wondering, am I going to? And well, I suppose I'll chance it. Though, you gotta bear in mind, I am risking, what is it, let's see here. Yeah, 77 million and that, like, obviously I know, surprising that the Pk'ing now sees Maro's chain score, just, I suppose it's been the case for a month or two, but even then it still shocks me. But just that Twisted Bow, almost 1.2 billion. So I figured, obviously, just to start off, I'll just enjoy the little splendour of, as a commentary. Oh. And yeah, now I get to enjoy PvP combat. I get to view it, at my comfort. Whilst getting to show off, and what a fun time we had, eh? So, without further ado, actually I'll pull it out a bit so you get a bit more of the action. But yes, so I may as well start off with a most controversial kind of topic, and it is actually to do, this is the one I hinted at back a couple of videos ago in regards to that construction one. Actually no, that would be, yeah, that would be quite a few videos ago, yeah. Level 96 construction, I hinted that I wasn't going to do a second part simply because of this problem, and it is quite a serious one. It's in regards to player mods, being not, it's not that they're not doing their job, it's that they're being selective out of the job. And that is actually worse, in my humble opinion, just on the mere basis that you're pretty much just, it's like you're being paid to be corrupt and that, like, as I say, there's got to be some good money in it, all you have to do is just, your code one, just do a little bit of muting, Although I think the 1 hour mutes, you know, this is where I think it's a bit iffy, because like player mods, it's almost funny in a way, because before they used to have, I think it was either 24 hours or 48 hours mutes, you know, and like, they were trusted way more back then. Yet Jagex quietly just nerfed them to only do 1 hour, and it's like, maybe Jagex actually agrees that, you know, they're kind of not needed anymore. And you know, yeah, just that whole thing, and just, you know, yeah, I don't know, I find it particularly strange, especially in regards to, essentially, what seems to be the core of the problem is they don't want to get rid of what is an iconic part of RuneScape, yet it seems to be very much outdated. Like, a good number of things are on RuneScape, but this is one that's become more problematic, and it presents a bit of a problem in regards to the social side of things with RuneScape, you know, just this whole, it's a style, what is it? It's a symbol of status, I guess you could say. You know, this whole silver fancy crown, it's outdated, and it really ought to have been reworked many months ago, but there we go. Now, next up, and actually, what I'll do every time I do this, I'm going to carefully move. Yes, very carefully move, because I don't want to fucking accidentally. Also, damn, hi there, everybody's here. Oh, fuck. Well, never mind, this one will be quite anticlimactic, this part. I think it's because I'm on a early time in that here, so yeah, it's not so busy, but oh well, I'll take my chances here. So, next news, yeah. Alright, this is a big one, oh dear. So, the middle of June unfortunately presents me with a problem that can't seem to be avoided now, which could have, actually was postponed because of COVID-19. And yes, so what seems to be the issue here is, well, death mechanics essentially, yes. They were supposed to be sometime around late March to early April, but they got postponed because of the whole COVID-19 demonetization again. But yeah, just this whole thing of, you know, this is what was revealed earlier in this month's Gielinor Gazette, yes. So essentially they're now finally going ahead with it, and you know, they're saying this time it's now actually happening, you know. See, the good thing about this, any free-to-play shit that you get, unless you're wearing extraordinarily expensive gear, you know, like the gilded stuff, right, then, you know, if you die, like with rune weaponry, or, you know, fucking green dragon hide, maple or whatever, you know, even animal stuff, if it goes well over, you know, 100k, you will not lose a single damn thing. And that, you know. So see the death instance over? Now completely safe. Instead of, you know, you actually lose a bit of money. You know, and also the loot you get is also free to keep. I think. Also, somebody's noticed me. Indeed, dance. Ah, boy. But yeah, just this whole thing. And I mean, I've got to say, I'm not 100% looking up forward to the death mechanics, but that's largely because, let's see. Indeed, I'm showing off, but anywho. Yeah, just this whole idea and that, you know, I've never been particularly keen on, well, I suppose it's bound to have happened at some point eventually, and that, you know, just this kind of idea that in regards to, you know, just, maybe old school has become easier over time, but they've kind of adjusted things around that, so it's now suddenly, oh, now you actually will get punished for deaths, and they're having to now, I don't know, like, this is why Brutal Black Dragons, I'm not going to look forward to doing as much, because, you know, you're going to have to pay attention, and, you know, the whole thing, I've died there, quite a few times. It's easily the most regular monster that I've died to, and, you know, I suppose there are ways of preventing said deaths, but even then, it's not a guarantee, you know, it's, well, who knows, eh? But it's going to be starting mid-June, it's going to be a hell of a lot more riskier doing combat, you know, and it's, well, fuck. But anyway, yes, so, alright, I can does that for that, and, well, the other thing is dancing around, and I'm going to be running away, or walking away, rather. Let's see, is there any spectacular combat? Actually, there is a bit, not much, but, alright, fucking watch. There we go. Alright, so we get to just enjoy this little spectacular here, you know? Alright, so next one coming up. Alright. Oh, yes, I finally get to talk about the new Bounty Hunter 3 and how it's also a bit of a kind of a failure. Except there's some changes, but not much. Also, a damn tits. Safe as fuck. But yeah, this whole thing with Bounty Hunter, and it's this idea of making PvP activity profitable. This misconception that this is what real PvP was meant to be, when I don't know, you know, I think originally Kickstarter, there's two factors. One of it being the whole increased PvM profitability, so it's like, well, why the fuck do PvP then? You know, if you could just do PvM and get a lot of bank that way, you know? Though I feel indirectly that's should really be the case, just means you've got more money, just, alright, you know, if you die, you're a bit poor, just PvM for a bit, and you can get a good enough supplies. But then that also goes exponentially, so for folks to do a lot, real good PvM, then they can afford to get actual risky gear, and if they die with it, it's like, oh well, it's not that bad. So it does kind of play a bit of a part in it, you know, it's the rates for end game compared to, you know, mid game or even early game of sorts is like exponentially higher, whereas early mid game hasn't really went up too much, you know, so that's one factor. The other factor at play here is largely to do, and this is an interesting one, it's this idea of dead man mode. I think this is what brought to the forefront, you know, this whole, I don't know when first MMO came out, I don't think Bounty Hunter was out by then, but maybe afterwards it did. Yeah, this thing where, you know, you do Pk'ing, you know, like all kinds of, well, Pk'ing and PvP, depending on how you see it. And, you know, at the end of weeks, you know, sort of stuff, you know, you get compete against the best, you're the best, you know. And at the end of it, you get a big fuck off reward, whether it was be 10k at the start, then 20k, and it got as high as 32,000. Now it's just a petty, was it 1,000, 1,500? But for charity, you know, that's the latest demo mod, and oh, damn. Oh boy. There we got another one. Indeed, laugh it off. And do the 99 skill keeper mode to show how much of a pro you are. Anyway, yes, so what makes this Bounty Hunter 3 problematic, also I've mentioned that for possibilities of why this has become so deeply ingrained a problem, and you release old school Runescape anyhow. It's the fact that they haven't really tackled the boosting problem. If anything, they've actually made that it's alright to boost because they can't really enforce it. Same with what with this demo mod, they can't enforce muling on all that. Oh fuck. Yeah, I'll get onto that soon enough, but yeah, this whole thing where there's little integrity left, I guess you could say, as far as PvP is concerned. Because yeah, as I say, as much as I would love Creator to just stop attacking me and let me attack him so I can loot him for not just all the next uniques, but also that really good pet that I would fucking kill to have. And that's just not going to happen. You cannot, like, at best, you can maybe glitch it or make yourself invisible, like what Mod Reach had done at some point in 2015, and for Corporal Beast, yes, indeed, Prime Ministers, where nobody can actually take a peek at them. And that was a glitch, that was a big no-no from Jagex, so, indeed, don't know if they banned anybody for it, but that was not a good image for Jagex game and all. It's, yeah, not a good sight indeed. But yeah, so, just this idea of Bounty Hunter 3, you know, what they've seemed to do is make changes where boosting for low level or mid-level players, it's far less profitable than what it would normally be. You know, said the usual rates have, let's just say, also I don't know what's, I have no idea what the fuck that is. Is that arrows? Oh, that's a potion. Never mind. But yeah, just this idea of, you know, profitability, yeah. If you're max or near max, then yeah, you'll get a lot more in terms of points and emblems and, you know, things that get you bank and that. So you see a lot of max folks in clans, you know, literally boosting and getting a good bit of money. Not like extravagant. I think each member, I've heard rates of about somewhere around 4 to 6 million. Like 10 mil seems a bit off. That's what it would have been before just for anybody. But now it seems like it's a bit more balanced, but still, yeah, I mean, 4 to 6 mil is about equivalent to like some of the raid games, you know, end game bosses. So it's still kind of broken. But the thing is they're seeing it's alright because now the stuff you're earning doesn't bring in pure gold. So it's not like a gold inflation kind of situation. Rather, it's just you're getting an item that doesn't out for shit, but it does hold some value. So you trade people who do have gold, so then you illegitimately earn these items, you know, but you get gold for it, but it's not actually alchemy gold, you know. So that's what seems to be the issue with that, and it's like, it's at best half a step better, but it's like, what is it? Oh, it's some that even Philip DeFranco commented on a entirely different situation, you know. It's, oh no, sorry, young, yeah, to give credit proper, yeah. You know, just because you give it a fancier tint to, you know, what was it you described as you wrap up in pretty, you know, what's that, wrappings, you know, pretty wrappings and all. Yeah, if you wrap up garbage in pretty wrappings, doesn't make it any less garbage, you know. It's just slightly nicer garbage, you know. Less garbage, pretty much. And I totally agree with that consensus, just the idea that people just, I don't know, Ballyhard just doesn't seem like it's ever going to work, truth be told, so. Oh boy. But yeah, just, I don't know, it's this whole idea, isn't it, you know? But, my god, so. Alright, next one. After it's also video. Yeah. Yeah, do that every time, showing off. Oh man. Right, so, let's see. Oh yeah, this brought, actually, oh fuck, I even forgot the other one, yeah. So this obviously brought some unwelcome changes just in regards to the Bounty Hunter formula, but there was another interesting issue, and actually this was a bit of a problem because, yeah, with this thing in that here, do you remember the granite ornate handles? You know how they were very much desired because the granite armor got a bit of a nerf, and the only way to bring it back to its original state was to buy an item for it, and that item is ornate handles. Indeed, I sold them, you know, fucking 46 of them for about a 37-30 profit. Had I waited until about a couple of weeks ago, or no, about, yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I could have got fucking like 90 mil almost. And I'm like, fuck me, that's bad. Like, honestly, I thought I had a good deal selling at 850k, but no, almost 2 mil. I'm like, fuck me. Even the two I could have bought, like, you know, handles, if I'd done it at the start and waited a bit, yeah, I probably could have got 3.5, 4 mil instead of just getting from just a little over 1. It's fucking ridiculous, but, man, I suppose that's the way of it. It's just fucking shit, but, yeah, they did actually update it, you know, to include the ornate handle, but not to before. They fucked up the price, really made people panic saying, oh, you want battle lamps? That's standing? Alright, sure, here you go. For 400 points. And people rightfully like, what the fuck? Like, really? I thought, is this maybe a super expensive item? And yeah, I think they were originally aiming for about 40 points, but then they fucked it up. And I wonder if that was intentional. It kind of seems like maybe somebody told, alright, no, put it at this price, you know, that'll be that. And I said, alright, I'll just max it about 400. And then this blew up, and I was like, then it's like, no, you know, it's meant to be 40, but we're not even having that. So it puts pressure on them to put it back to the original price. And see, a little bit of 3D chest there and all, but indeed, that is some fun to be had. Some fun to be had, indeed. Boy. Yeah, price 400. Boy. So, also, I'll talk a bit more about this thing, but first I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble here. Let's see, do that. Oh dear. So, I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here, largely in that, indeed, I'm going to be doing a bit of ballsy movement. So, alright, I am risking a lot of money, and I have, yep, 0 defense, meaning I am very easy prey. My goal, just to reach about bank, you know, 15-minute walk, or run I should say. Oh boy, if there's some stupid limitation on eating food, I am fucked. You know, I am fucked. The good thing is I'm not scored, otherwise I'd be risking like my almost entire bank, but... Alright. Let me just take a good drink before I get this, because you know... Yeah, you know what you get is, you don't see them running out, and that's something you don't do, but I'm prepared for that, because that's why I'm like, yeah, if I'm going to take a risk, I'm going to want to make sure I'm not being cocky about it, you know? Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. If I get attacked, so be it. Yep, I actually ran out. And all is without issue, I actually made it. Huh. Damn. Well, that was something else, eh? Yeah, I thought I was actually going to get something of a bit of a fight. But no. I guess so. Actually, there was a little 126 waiting there, but... Yeah, nope. Oh, boy. Indeed, get myself showing off and all. Oh, damn. But, yeah, so... I suppose all that's said and done, yeah. Alright, so... Let's see here, now... Obviously, with this Gazette also revealed an interesting little detail in the form of several new player mods that just seem to come out of nowhere, and you know, like just, I mean, I know not too long ago there was a few mods that would join, but these names were not among them. And in case you're curious what I'm referring to, at least 4 of them are identified, there may be even more as I suspect, but the ones that have been confirmed are Lyric, Gender, Candlesea, and Gains. Vagard wasn't amongst them, but I've also never seen that before, and never like, I usually kind of just love a little poke around. That's not something I've checked before, so, you know, that name popping up, so. Actually, maybe, but there's also that one other one, and this is something I figured do a lot of talking about. Also, system update. Alright, well, that'll be a bit of a fun one, that. Yeah, so, in terms of actually, what is it? Yeah, this guy here, Mod Bonsai, indeed he is the executive producer of Old School RuneScape. In other words, pretty much the head man as far as the OSRS team is concerned, and that pretty much what goes around is, you know, what he says goes, and, well, what he says from, I imagine, I don't know the hierarchy of Jagex, so bear me for ignorance here if I am to display any, but I suppose probably he would take the orders from the top RuneScape CEO, who I believe is, no, it's not more Porky. Fuck. I forget the guy who currently runs basically there's a bunch of people who don't like him on RuneScape free Reddit, but he's almost unheard of on Old School RuneScape for obvious reasons, but alas, and he takes orders from whoever currently owns, not Pk'ing, but rather, totally MacArthur Fortune Holdings, hint hint, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, pretty much, it's an interesting fellow who's not really been getting much in the way of coverage, and but yeah, so, just that kind of idea, and, well, I suppose whatever goes on that front, it's just, well, yeah, not really much else to say otherwise, but I just thought it's an interesting little detail, that. But yeah, alright, here's another one actually, yeah. So, there's this new players update thing, you know, how they're trying to make the new player experience a little bit more friendly, you know, easier for them to get into, even though, to an extent, I find it to be a pointless endeavour, largely because RuneScape, I feel, is this kind of game where, if you change it too much, you're changing the foundation of what makes it, like, I think it is kind of, to an extent, the same kind of notion that went for MapleStory when they started making it easier for casuals to get into. That I could agree with, only because the experience was just like, nah, it was a game I would love to get into, but it was way too hardcore, even more so than I'd actually wager RuneScape Classic was probably a bit better on that front than fucking MapleStory. And you know it's bad, like, when it's that kind of dedication, you know? But it is an Asian MMORPG, and they tend to be fucking brutal, so... Yeah, so it's not quite to that extent, but it's the whole perception of they're only changing the early game experience, so it's like, oh well, you know, endgame's still going to be kind of tough and that, but I wonder, like, I suppose my little concern is, and this is something you expressed me with the whole mobile introduction, you know, you're bringing in a new audience that has different tastes and expectations, even different desires than what the veterans and experienced folks like myself with old school RuneScape, you know. Although I guess I'd say myself as a veteran now that I've been here since 2006. Yeah, I've been here for about the better part of 13 and a half years and that. So yeah, just this general idea of you're bringing folks that have want different things that are at odds with the folks who have been here quite established, and the more you bring them in, the less even things will be. And one of the big concerns actually is regards to the microtransactions. Yeah, you remember, I kid you not, yeah, you remember, what was it, the fucking, oh boy, it was a fun chat indeed, yeah. You remember the, what was it, oh fuck, let's get rid of it. Shit, I forgot what it was about. Yeah, okay, now I'm back on top, yeah. Partnerships, yeah, remember that? The whole idea of, yeah, Jagex give you all these fancy cosmetics, but there's a twist. The only way to make it worthwhile, in their opinion, and humble opinion at that, was to just a little Twitch Prime, you know, just a bit more of extension, you know. And it's like you get all this stuff, and it's not even like, you know, locked, just what is it, 3 months, and you know, that's it, you know, you get it free anyway, and it's like, yeah, nah, you know, you see the slippery slope, and it was a clever one, but nah, you know, I downvoted it, you know, I would have liked the cosmetics, but just in a different way, and then, oh, the fucking salt. If you saw that article, I don't know who wrote it, but, oh, that was, I think that was somebody who got legitimately pissed off at the RuneScape community, and now for how, you like, honestly, you could almost sense that there was a level of passive aggressiveness, and I do believe I commentated on this before. Honestly, it was just fucking like, what even? You know? Oh man, but yeah, so anyhow, don't to beat around the bush, and yes, so what has this change caused? Because also I got quite the off topic there indeed. Yeah, this is all to do with Lumbridge, and no, it's not to do with the end, that already changed, it's not going anywhere. No, it's actually to do with the iconic. Now, interestingly enough, they haven't mentioned the other fellow, the hardcore one, Paul, and he's one of like, yeah, that's Foxkiss, and that Lost Foxkiss at the moment. You know, he's pretty much alongside with Adam, who is the Iron Man cheer, inspired the whole Iron Man series. So I will say there have been others in the past who have, you know, actually brought that to the forefront, you know, attention kind of thing. And I believe, if memory serves me right, if I remember this, one of the oldest ones was, I think, Metal Maniac 7, I think. This is, not from RuneScape itself, but originally I think I'd done a little dig around before, and it was from Zybez. Yeah, the forum's kind of dead now, but certainly it stuck out to me at the time. But one that actually came across as well for this was Etam from Tippet. Yeah, I guess you could say those were the two original Iron Men. Hardcore, not sure, but well, I suppose that would be an interesting one. Basically, an Iron Man, but if you die, that's it. You don't progress any further. You know, an Ultra Iron Man, same thing, except you don't use a bank. But I don't know who gets credit for that one and that. But yeah, the idea is basically because people get confused of who's Adam, and they just basically got rid of his name and that to, at least in the little title bit, to say Iron Man Tutored, and people are not happy about it because it's getting just a little bit of iconic history. So it's a weird kind of thing. The Adam name's still there. They still say, hi, my name's Adam, you know, but it's no longer the main displaying thing. I don't know if the exam tutor, like, maybe if you examine him, it still says his name, maybe, but who the fuck knows? But yeah, that's just a little bit of interesting tidbits there. So, alright, so I wagered that out to be that, and well, indeed, fun times are to be had when I come back, and because mostly I will be daring the Theatre of Blood. I'll have to get something set with Discord, no doubt, and that's going to be a bit of a daunting venture and that, because I'd rather not, but looks like there's no other choice on that front. So, alrighty then. Till then, folks. Till then.